welcome. This is Brenda from Planty Pants. Thank you so much for joining me today for another planty video. I am in my dining room in Saco, Maine, and I haven't made a video for about 3 weeks, so I apologize for that. There's been a lot going on. We were out of town for a week. When we came back, our basement was flooded. You know, sometimes just life gets in the way. But having said that, this video is going to be just plant chores, and I'm going to be doing some repotting. So, if you have not, before I go into the videos, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so. It would really help me out a lot. And I'll share with you now also that today, we were gone in Virginia for a week. We came back last weekend, and I came back to thrips again. But anyway, so I'm very rigorously fighting them again, but I went ahead and bought 1,500 ladybugs again, and this time I literally put them everywhere in the house. I sprinkled them on every single plant stand. So I'm doing what I can. They suck. Okay, so anyways, so this is going to be a Chatty Repot, and what we're going to be repotting today are my beautiful emerald pothos. It really only started, as you can see, from 2 little pieces, but she's really growing well. I mean, look at the roots. There's no bald spots, and the roots are really juicy, and the leaves are getting really big. But as you can see right here, I need to repot it. It needs to go up a size. So we're gonna do that. Actually, we'll probably just do that first. And I'll tell you what else we're gonna do. I don't know if you remember, but I shared with you, I don't know, a few weeks ago that my beautiful Khroniana splash, I don't know what happened, you guys, because it was in the same pot, but this piece has grown fine. You can see it's actually growing. That's some nice growth at the end. It's growing. There was another piece right here that just rotted. I mean, there was nothing left except for a little hope, like 2 nodes, no leaves, nothing, with a couple of crappy roots. I trimmed them up, you know, with the bad ones. There wasn't much there, but I'm like, oh, I'll stick it in moss. So I put it in moss. Oh, look, there's a ladybug. They're everywhere. So I put it in moss, literally, oh my gosh, you guys. 6 months ago? 6 months ago. And look at the growth. Look at the growth on the inside there. See, it's shooting out another leaf. So I'm gonna take this out of the moss and put it in this pot right here where she belongs. I'm gonna do that today. That's a chore I've been putting off. Oh, ladybugs. And then I have this philodendron Mayoi. I think it's called Mayoi. If I'm butchering that, please forgive me. And this plant, I feel like I spent like $40 on it, you guys. I'm only telling this because I don't typically spend that kind of money. But it was so beautiful. Like, the adult leaves were going to be so gorgeous, and it looked like a hardy plant, so I just went for it. Well, it immediately just about died. And that happens to me, a lot of alocasias. Sometimes when I get them, they just go down to nothing, and then I bring them back to life again and start anew. It's like you're really growing it for nothing because it just dies. Anyways, so I'm going to take these out of the moss because look how beautiful they look. And I'm happy to say that this one right here, you can see that new leaf that's coming, has more fenestrations. Do you see that? I'm so excited. So these are going to go in one pot. And then I have this. These are corms that I started in my greenhouse cabinet. There are 2 Alocasia Maharani corms, which each have 2 leaves. Actually, oh my goodness. Oh. Yeah, one has 3 leaves, I think. And then this lone Alocasia poly right there. So I'm going to take these out of the moss and just put them in soil. So that's what we're going to do. So let's just start with this pothos. All right. I just love repotting videos, you guys. I just love watching people repot their videos just to see if they do it just like I do. So here's the plant right here. Ooh. I am just going to, you know what, you guys, depending on how these are going to come out of here. Oh, Lord, they're not I think I'm gonna have to cut the pot, and I did bring some scissors. I'm definitely gonna have to cut the pot. So I am just gonna cut down one whole side and then see if I can it's really adhered to the side of this pot. Oh my land, all of it is. Oh, I should have known that, you guys. It was so root bound. What the hell am I thinking? Well, now I'm using my scissors. I'm misusing my scissors. Don't do what I'm doing. But I brought this on myself. They're, I am gonna cut, honestly, I think these roots are gonna go right through the holes, but I'm just gonna cut the holes bigger. Like connect them. That's what I'm gonna do. And I think that will help them come out. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. All right, well, this beautiful pothos, I'm gonna move these out of the way. This is what I'm dealing with for roots. Wow, that is a huge root ball. So what I'm gonna do, because the roots are so gnarly, is I'm just going to loosen it up with my hands. I probably should have gloves on, but I don't. These roots are nice. So what I typically do is just tug on them, and if they come off really easily, then they're, partially rotted anyway, so you don't want them on there. So, and I'm gonna give it a good shake, but I am pretty excited about what it looks like. That's not bad at all. So, yeah, so we came home from our vacation, and the basement was flooded. I lost some things down there, and I was pretty devastated. Actually, I don't even know the extent of what I've lost at this point. That was kind of lousy, but it could have been much worse, so I'm grateful. So here's the finished product. Actually, I think I'm gonna put it down here so that it's not just hanging, because it'll probably just pull itself right out of there. All right, so anyways, so next let's go ahead and pot up these alocasias. So I brought a pot right here, and I am going to be taking out the moss. Hopefully you can see me pretty good. It has a really beautiful root system, but there are 4 plants here. Yes, 4. You'll see. So I'm just gonna start by squishing it a little bit. I love doing this so much, you guys. Just do. I do. So EXO Contralto, my son, is in town right now, and he did the lights for me today. So if the lighting's better today than it usually is, it's because of him. He's educating me. Anyways, those of you who don't know him, check out his channel. If you're into bass audio, check it out. Yeah, I am really enjoying. It's very satisfying to me and relaxing. I don't know if other people feel that way, but I really love potting up plants. And my favorite plants to grow are ones that I started as babies. I mean, I like to buy plants, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful and everything, but I feel that the most important part of my collection is how I acquire my plants and how big they were and what the battles that I've had with them. And I have some like second and third generation plants that I've almost lost. That I've almost lost so many times, actually have lost so many times, and then somehow, miraculously, they come back from a freaking single node. So I love that. I like growing plants and watching them grow. Not so much buying fully grown plants. I prefer to have starters. So most of my plants, including my perennials outside, I have grown from seed. My plants in the house, most of them, I've grown from pieces. Obviously not the big giant, spider plants, but some of them I started from babies, But anyway, so that's what I enjoy doing the most. That's what it means to me. This is what it means to me. Anyways, how long the roots are. Whoops, I did lose some. That's okay though. I'm just gonna go ahead and repot this, and what I have brought is, let me take one of these, get this out. Those ceramic pots. And then I am going to use screen. What I've been doing lately when I use screen is I just use a really small, oh my goodness, they're here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Just a really small piece, like this. Just enough to cover the hole. And here's my soil right here. All right, here we go. This soil has leca in it. So I'm only going to put a little bit in the bottom because this is pretty good root ball. Just going to pop it right in there. Just like that. Just hold it upright. Get the roots in as good as you can. I don't think it really needs a bigger pot. I really don't. I'm not going up in pot size. I'm just giving it some nice fresh soil. That's all she's getting, which is wonderful. She'll be happy. All right, so here's one Maharani. Look how freaking gorgeous that is. Look. Let me get the rest of the moss off. The corm is so healthy looking. So healthy looking. Look how stinking cute this is. And this just grew from a corm. So there's one. It's ready to go. Now, this is actually 2 more plants, but they're both Maharani, so I think I'm gonna put them in one pot. What do you think? Think I should do that? They do get pretty big. Maybe 3 is too many. I gotta make a split decision. I think I'm gonna put them together and just make sure that they have enough room in the pot that they're gonna be in. How cute they are! Look! Oh, I love them so much. Alocasia Maharani. These are like one of my favorite alocasias because the leaves are just so cool. They're so amazingly textured. I just love them. All right, so I'm just getting all of that off, all the little pieces off. And then I'm gonna plant them in the same pot. And I'm gonna use, what happened to this pot right here, I think. Yeah, and then I'm gonna use this plastic pot right here, and then I'm gonna put it in this cash pot, which is really cool. All right, so I am, because there's so many holes in the bottom of this, I'm only gonna put like, dadgummit. How about this one? All right, if you can get a piece that just fits on the bottom, that's what you should go for. Just fits perfectly on the bottom. All right, here we go. Pretty excited to be doing this. So what I'm gonna do is lay them in here, lay them down so that the roots go in. And since I have 3 here, I am just gonna situate them so that I'll think they'll look good, but I also wanna make sure that they're not really close to each other. The corms, the root system. Make sure like they're on the outside. on the perimeter of the pot. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there and then like make sure that that's what I've done. I think so. Yeah, that's pretty good. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about this plant. This plant I started from Corms. My first plant, and I've only had, this is my only plant I've ever had. I bought one Alocasia Maharani, and these are Corms from that one plant, and I still have that one plant. And then this is its first pot of offspring. Don't you love it? I do too. All right, so I have now potted up these beautiful 3 Alocasia Maharani. Yeah. All right, so that's 2. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save my most favorite thing for last, the philodendron. Right now, what I'm gonna do, and I'm not sure to the extent of how I'm going to do this because I need to take, like, I guess I'll start with this. I'm gonna take this Khroniana Splash. I did have a super silver. I killed it. This is the piece that I started, like I told you in the beginning, that used to be on the other side of this pot, and I lost it, literally lost it down to nothing, no leaves, and I managed to get it back. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this first. Remove the moss from, and the thing about this plant, you guys, is the roots. The roots are so tiny. They're so tiny, and I hope, oh gosh, I hope that I'm gonna be able to do this without damaging the leaves. I mean the roots. Oh, see them? Actually, I'm a little bit impressed with how they look right now. Like, that's a really good one. Can you see this, you guys? See the roots? I really like growing things in sphagnum moss. And I like growing things in tree fern too. But I'm pretty happy right now looking at this root system. I'm really happy about it. And you can see it's got a new growth too right at the top. Super stoked about that. So I think it's gonna be happy once I get her, because oh my land, look at the ladybugs. Look at all the ladybugs crawling around. That's all right. I already found one crawling up my leg underneath. I had on like jogging pants, sweatpants. Was climbing up my leg, and I had one on my arm. I can't freak out about it. It's just a ladybug. It's just a ladybug doing me a favor. But I got a really nice healthy batch this time, so they look like they're pretty happy. I actually saw them like congregating on my philodendron McDowell in the sunroom. Congregating. Oh my gosh, look how freaking beautiful these roots are. I am so excited about this. Just gotta get all this off and protect the rooties. Check that out. Pretty sweet, right? Yeah, I'm so excited about it. All right, here we go. Shake those off. So here's what I'm thinking. I really don't want to disrupt this pot too much. So I was wondering if I could, well, actually, let's put this in here first. Alocasia, it's gonna go in there. We can just use this. I'm just gonna use the bottom of the tray to pour some of the, I'm gonna try not to bother the ladybugs too much. I'm just gonna leave them there. So what I'm gonna do is just take some of the soil out, like right here. I don't want to repot the whole plant and disrupt the whole plant. So this is what I'm choosing to do. I don't know if anyone has ever done this before, but if the root system of what you're adding to isn't really vast, you can totally get away with doing this. Plus you can see that She's got a little root that needs to be, there's one on my hand. Okay, so I'm gonna put this right in there. Perfect. And I am not going to use that same soil. I'm going to use a chunkier mix. So what I'm going to do now is just disrupt a little bit of the soil on the surface of the other half and move it around a little bit. And put some more soil in. I hope I don't bury a friggin' ladybug. Come on, guys. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. So I'm just going to lift it over on that side and make sure that all my roots are in there. And I'm going to poke it down with my finger. Get a little bit more. So I'm actually going to put a little bit of a topper on here for this plant. And I probably will only water it a teeny bit. It's probably due to be watered next week, but I think because I just put that piece in there that I am going to give it a little drink right now. I mean, after I make this video of this piece. Wait, did I bury something? I thought they were. Did I feel like I buried? I did. The hell, Brenda? Oh my gosh, you guys! I almost buried the new grove. Here it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I almost buried that new growth. Daggone, pay attention, girl. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I'm going to give it a good drink. So there's that plant. And hopefully when it grows again, Hoya Khroniana splash, it'll not get root rot and die. The roots look really good. So there's that. Okay. Now, the last thing I'm going to be doing, and I'm really excited about it, is this philodendron Mayoi. I think that's how you pronounce it. So I am going to take them out of the moss. These have literally just been, see how wet this is? These have been in my greenhouse cabinet for months, and I literally bought this plant just a few months ago, and it right away died right back to nothing, to 2 nodes. And I don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't. Clearly it rotted, but it rotted really fast, and whatever. As you can see, they're coming back. They came back. Both pieces, so I didn't really lose it, and it looks better than it did almost when I bought it now, bigger. So I am just going to pop these up now, finally. But look how beautifully it came back. Oh, there's another ladybug. Look how beautifully it came back, though. So definitely she likes growing in moss in the greenhouse cabinet. Look at those roots. So stinking beautiful. And then you get to see the little and little ladybugs too. So both of these plants are going to go in one pot, and we're going at it. But I just love doing this. It's satisfying. It's a good way to unwind. I feel like I can, like when I'm home during the day and if I'm doing plant chores, a lot of times I don't have music on. I don't have anything on. I'm just talking to the plants, talking to myself. I'm not kidding either. If that sounds weird to you, I'm sorry. But that's totally what I do. They're like part of my family. Yeah, no, it's not as sick as it sounds, really. There's a lot of us out here. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited that these came back, and I'm excited to see how big and lush I can grow them, because honestly, I feel like what came back is more hardy than the plant that I bought, if you catch my drift. The root system and the like this, just the size and stuff. It wasn't this beautiful. It was kind of small. But anyway, so I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in like a 6-inch pot, I think, momentarily. All right, so now we're ready to plant this up. Ready. The roots are gorgeous. Actually, both of their root systems are really, really, really good and healthy. I mean, there's like nothing dead at all. Right here. Pretty freaking sweet. All right. Okay. So now I am going to be potting this up in this pot. I don't put anything in these. These pots are really good. I think I got them at the Dollar Tree. You know, they're pretty rugged plastic, like you can't really bend it or anything. I think it was like $3 for $1. But the holes are really small, so I don't have to put anything in the bottom. I can just put my soil right in. So let's do that. Let's see how much I'm gonna need. I'm really excited to be doing this. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need more. So the garden this year was a bust. I don't know what's going on in your part of the country or your part of the world right now, but in southern Maine, it's been raining for like 6 weeks. Like literally almost every single day. And not just a little bit. It's pouring right now. It's been pouring every day, like 5 days a week for 6 weeks. And the other days are not like beautiful sunny days. They're like nothing. They're just like overcast with no rain. It's awful. So no one's having a good garden. So my plan this year, I think I already told you, was to grow buckwheat and just do like a green crop, you know, cover crop, give it a rest. This rain is, it's really starting to get the best of me. I gotta be honest. I didn't think, you know, that, no, I did think. I mean, I grew up in the South, so I prefer warm weather than over cold weather. Any day of the week, any time. But we ended up in Maine, and our summers are short enough as it is. And I take high doses of vitamin D too, you guys. I will tell you that does help me. So you might want to try doing that. It's at least natural. But still, this weather's getting me down, man. It's getting me down. So there's the last plant. Philodendron Mayoi. Mayoi? However you say it. If I'm saying it wrong, somebody please correct me because I want to know how to say it. All right, so you know what? Listen, you made it to the end if you're still watching this video. Well, let me show you. I don't know if I showed you my newest mix. Yeah. See the leca? Cocoquar? Tree fern? No, not tree fern. Orchid bark? Worm castings? Perlite? Oh, plants just love that. Okay, so finished product for the Philodendron Mayoi. Until I find out what to really call it. We're going to give her a drink pretty darn quick here. Finished product of my Alocasia Maharani babies. I'm so happy that I did this, you guys. My finished product of my, finally adding my little baby Hoya Khroniana splash. Let me give it a little drink on that side pretty quick. And then, of course, my pothos, my green emerald. My big, beautiful green emerald pothos, which I love. I love pothos. I love the vibe of having them crawling all over the house, you know, but well, they can really do a damage on your paint, so be careful. Anyway, so yeah, so this wraps it up for this video. I just wanted to chat a little bit, and I will tell you also that I know that you guys, oh man, I forgot to plant this. Oh, I'm gonna have to plant it in a smaller pot. Look at the second leaf starting. I'm gonna do that right now, sorry. I don't have one right here, but I'll do it after I wrap things up with you. I have to sell some of my plants. I have too many plants. And I know that you know that we want to move to Tennessee someday, so I really don't need all the duplicates that I have. So literally, I just have to take the time, and I'm really struggling with the whole process, trying to work it out in my head, you know, the logistics, and it's like, oh, so much work. I'm probably gonna do it on Facebook Marketplace, but I really just need to do it, you know, and I typically am a person of resolve, but I'll keep putting that off. So it makes it more difficult to part with them, but anyway, that's another whole story. But thank you for putting up with me in another video. If you haven't subscribed, like I said earlier, please consider doing so. It would help me out a lot with my channel. And until next time, please have a good time out there, but be careful. God bless.